LTTstore.com. Linus Tech Tips. €60? Why did Linus give me 25,000 Zimbabwe dollars last year, and why did it take me so long to make this video? The answer to that second question is most likely laziness, but for that first one, you need a little bit more context. Around this time last year, I bought the then new LTT Backpack, which cost me €500. None of which is Linus' fault, but more on that later. So what can I say about the backpack after having it for over a year? Was it worth the double price? And which parts have already started to fail? Stay tuned to find out. But first... You may have a legit question, how many drinks can you fit in the LTT Backpack? Well, this backpack weighs 14 kilos. And let me show you. There is a 6-pack of Corona, 4-pack of Red Bull, a 4-pack of local beer, and a 4-pack of Schafferhofer. But that's not all. There's also a couple of cans in the laptop compartment. So this is how many cans you can fit in the LTT Backpack. The most important aspect of the backpack is carrying load, and as this test has shown, it does carry the load. But is it comfortable? It is actually one of the most comfortable backpacks I have ever owned, but only when properly adjusted. It is designed to be worn up high, but when the straps are tightened, it makes it difficult to take it off. So I find myself loosening the straps before taking off the backpack and tightening them up again once I put the backpack on. This is the first backpack that I'm using in such a way, but now that I've gotten used to it, it doesn't really cause any problems. It is extremely easy to adjust the straps, and I absolutely love the metal buckles. Look at it. It slides so smoothly. Now let's talk about my use cases for this backpack. I've bought it primarily as my daily carry backpack, and my daily carry consists of two 14-inch MacBook Pros. And the pencil. I love how each of my MacBooks get their own sleeve in the tech compartment, and on rare occasions that I also need to pack a charger, it also gets its own pocket. And there's still room left for my wife's MacBook Air or my 12-inch iPad. Some of you may wonder whether it fits bigger laptops, and I am glad to report that a 16-inch MacBook Pro fits just as easily. It even fits Adele! This old-ass laptop and not the singer. The padding of the tech compartment is great, and I am not worried about packing it with multiple pieces of tech. I really love that the tech compartment opens wide enough to access any piece of tech that you might need. And this access brings me to my next point. Another reason why I bought this backpack is the ease of going through airport security. It's stressful enough as it is, and struggling to remove electronic devices at least triples the stress for me. However, with LTT Backpack, this is no longer an issue. So how well does it perform for travel? I've done quite a few flights with this backpack ever since I bought it. The luggage strap does its job while rolling through the airport, although I remove it for daily use. I haven't actually used the passport pocket at all, since it's either my wife who carries the passports or I just use my ID card for European flights. The compartment of holding fits a large and a small peak-designed packing cubes together with a small wash pouch and some room to spare for snacks. I have found this to be enough for a 5-day work trip. However, the backpack was fully packed to its capacity. And when having it fully packed, it may prove to be quite difficult to place this backpack under the airplane seat. LTT Store states that the backpack barely fits under the seat, and yeah, it barely fits. So much so that there is almost no legroom left for me, and I'm a Linus-sized guy. This, however, did not cause any problems with flight attendants, so it may be okay. An absolutely amazing feature of the backpack are these loops on the straps. While originally designed to clip on walkie-talkies, I have found them to be a perfect fit for Peak Design capture clip. The straps themselves are too wide for the capture, but mounting it sideways on those loops works wonders. We went on a hike, and having a camera clipped to the strap was so convenient, and I found that a sideways orientation actually works a lot better than the top orientation. Talking about hikes, this backpack was absolutely okay for a day hike. It easily fits a ski jacket, a rain poncho, food and water. And pro tip, you can use the water bottle compartment to carry an extra lens. Outside of these use cases, I have also tried to use this backpack for carrying camera equipment. And unfortunately, it's not good enough for that. The pockets are too tight to fit the equipment, and dumping everything in the main compartment is not very responsible. So unless you put a separate camera bag inside the backpack, it's not a very good camera bag. You could use it to carry a drone though. I have packed my DJI Mini on a few occasions, and it was fine. So we're slowly getting into the negatives. One thing that I find completely useless is the front glasses pocket. Unless you own a hard case, I wouldn't really put my glasses in here because it just gets squished inside there. If the backpack is empty, yes, you might get away with it, but still, it seems a little bit too easy to squish your expensive glasses inside this pocket. Another negative, at least initially, was the smell of the backpack. It's not an unpleasant smell per se, but I'm very sensitive to smells and it got quite overwhelming quite fast. The issue fixes itself over time, of course, and now after a year I don't really notice it anymore unless I sniff the inside. However, things inside the backpack does get a little bit smelly after being in there for a while. If you've been looking into the LTT Backpack, you probably know about the zipper controversy, but let me fill you in anyway. These carabiner zippers are quite nice and are meant to prevent opportunistic thefts from the backpack, but shortly after the backpack's launch, LMG found out that these carabiners are actually extremely fragile if you apply sideway force to it. I haven't broken mine, but I am pretty careful with them knowing this. Also, I have recently filled out a form to get updated zippers, and I'll let you know when I receive my replacement. Probably I'll put a pinned comment down below. If you're watching this well into the future, your backpack may have already come with the updated zippers. Another recent controversy came up during the WAN show when Linus cut the bottom of the panel of the backpack. They used to advertise it as having a dual layer bottom, but upon cutting it, there was only one layer. After investigating, they figured out that it was their manufacturer's engineer who thought that double layer was a mistake and removed it from the files right before the production run. Linus is remedying the situation by extending his famous "Trust me bro" guarantee to also include a virtual double layer clause, which offers a replacement should you wear through the bottom layer. That is normal wear, people. Don't go cutting up your backpacks like they did in the WAN show. Again, if you're watching this well into the future, this may already have been fixed. Now, since we're talking about wear, I did notice a little bit of wear on my backpack. This mesh material on the straps is starting to get fuzzy, as well as this padding is starting to fray a little bit. I don't know if this will become an issue down the line, but I will surely let you know if it does, so you should subscribe just in case. So finally, what happened that I had to pay double for this backpack? Let me tell you. So finally, what happened that I had to pay double for the backpack? Long story short, shitty integrations. When purchasing something from LTT store, it automatically calculates the taxes for your location. In my European case, that was the VAT. In an ideal scenario, this tax payment should get registered in some sort of a system somewhere, and when package reaches the destination, customs should see the paid taxes in that system and just release the package. Well, that didn't happen in my case. There was a hiccup somewhere, and customs didn't see the taxes that I paid, so I was forced to buy import declaration services from the post. They took the price of the backpack plus taxes calculated by LTT plus shipping, and then they slapped more taxes on top of that. After finding this out, I tried disputing it with the post, but those scammy bastards rejected my dispute, saying that everything was calculated correctly and they will not raise a dispute with the customs. So Lithuanian post office? Now on the brighter side, Linus did give some of my money back. 25,000 Zimbabwe dollars, or around 63 euros. And yes, I just tricked you into watching my review. So slap a like on this video.